you go to your 10-year reunion? Fuck. There's some goddamn motherfuckers that aged bad at my 10-year reunion.
Well, that's what meth does for you.
Who aged the worst?
Put them
I'm not
on
gonna
blast.
say their name. Oh, there's some motherfuckers.
On the bridge.
That bridge fight was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, and and it was just
Came out of nowhere.
the motherfucking APC driving through the city. Like Taskmaster didn't give a fuck, dude.
That was
And that's
so
what
cheesy.
that was cheesy.
No, I hated that so bad.
Why? Just
was-
fucking trucking everything. Like fuck this. This is what I'm after. Don't give a
I
fuck.
don't need to see Fast and the Furious. You know,
It was a little Fast and Furious-y, but like it was way more believable than Fast and Furious. Because you just got an APC tank chasing them down, and that's what it would do instead of, a Civic pulling a safe behind it.
Yeah, and then they have to go like pull out the bow and shoot another car and flip it and all that crap. It's like, yeah, I saw G.I. Joe and Cobra Commander did the same crap in that movie.
I don't think he did.
We can pull it
Winter
up.
Soldier did it, though.
We can pull it up and show. He shot a arrow under a car.
Not an arrow, but he shot that disc under Fury's car and blew it up.
Oh, well, that was cooler tech. See, I mean, there's like
Who did that?
Winter Soldier.
He didn't shoot it an arrow.
No,
was
he
like
shot
a-
a disc.
Yeah.
It was like a magnetized thing
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, he shot that disc under the car.
Yeah, that was cool. It wasn't like an arrow though. It was like Hawkeye.
exactly.
Showed up.
He's watching Hawkeye fight and has Hawkeye's abilities now.
I suppose.
There's no I suppose to. That's Taskmaster's thing.
Well, they didn't explain that. I mean, you're just supposed to just be like, this is a god little tier character
Well,
that you can
Were
give
you
a little
half asleep?
red sauce to. What do you mean was I half asleep?
Like he's watching Hawkeye and Black Panther fight, and he's like
No,
the visor's
that's-
recording it and looking at all the stuff, and then
Yeah, but watching
I mean,
somebody fight doesn't make you be able to shoot a bow like that.
But no, that's Taskmaster's thing. Is like he sees you do it. He's a mimic.
Yeah, that's his ability.
Yeah, no,
So
but
if
he
you
can
do it,
fight
he can
your moves, not how hard you punch. Like it's like saying he watches Hulk punch and now he can punch as hard as Hulk because he saw him punch that
No, he
hard.
can punch as hard as he can punch.
Oh, okay. So he can shoot a bow with the actual skill of somebody that's been doing it their entire life because he saw it one time.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as punching as hard as Hulk.
One strength
That's
and
not-
one skill. Yeah, he can.
Yeah,
he
they're
can
both
pick up
mimic
any kind
any
of
skills.
He
He
can-
mimics skills, not
But they're both
Powers
they're
and
both
strength.
innate abilities.
that's not.
Hawkeye's ability's not innate.
It's not innate like in strength. Like he's got to practice that over and over and over.
I think that's
mean-
why he is Hawkeye is because he has an innate ability to use a bow or a knife or a gun in that capacity, right?
Well, half computer here, right? Half computer, and it could. I mean, we didn't see it, but it could calculate everything he needs to calculate to be able to shoot that bow.
If you're okay with that, if you're okay,
I mean, that's the way the character is in the comics. I'm okay.
Yeah,
with it.
I'm okay with it because that's what makes Taskmaster so dangerous. Is because the
'Cause
more
he
you
can
fight
do-
him, the better he gets.
but I would love to see that like develop.
Yeah, I would. I would too. I hate.
if you-
That's the worst part of the movie is that we have a possibility of a good Taskmaster.
We've
I
lost.
don't even like the
we've-
possibility.
Yeah, we've lost Taskmaster,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what
Because
that is. The
he
biggest
seemed like Winter
casualty.
Soldier, like when he blows her
Yeah.
car on the bridge. That felt like that's a Winter Soldier moment. Like that's one of those things where you're like you feel like this is a deadly person. Like this is somebody that is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and he's probably going to kill Natasha right here. Almost, he's not, but you feel like it. And then he goes off to after the serum, and it's like,
Well, if he did want to kill Natasha, he probably would have, or she would have killed Natasha there. But it was because that's what made her look so deadly there. So I agree with you. That made her seem like fucking RoboCop coming in there. You're not going to stop her. And we saw that with the APC. That was another kind of like just how motivated this person is to their singular focus goal. I mean, I'm going to fucking truck through this entire city, run over kids, dogs, old people. I don't give a fuck.
but any of that stuff.
Trying to get to this car and just fucking tear it ass. And it just made her seem so deadly. And then,
they ruin it with the pig.
well,
They devastate it with the pig because they show you the pig is just somebody being controlled. and
Yeah,
all
that-
she is a pig. She's a talented pig with a computer attached to
Yeah.
her brain. At that point, you're like,
yeah, it does. That takes
Man.
away. It's very similar. Now that I brought up RoboCop. Let's bring up the RoboCop sequel. Did y'all ever watch that?
Probably when I was like 12.
It's horrible. Fuck, it only came out like 6 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about like the remake? I thought
Yeah,
you
the
were talking
remake. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, not the
about-
sequel.
No,
but
I
the
hadn't
remake.
seen that.
You don't need to. It's awful.
Well, the
It's really,
original
really bad.
sequel was pretty bad too.
I like that dude though. We got the plays him.
Yeah, Kinnaman, Joel Kinnaman or something like
Well,
that.
I like him.
So, in the spoiler alert for Shitty Movie came out 5 years ago. So in the RoboCop remake, they do something similar to that. Like Alex Murphy is Alex Murphy with a whole bunch of shit on in the original one, right? And then what they do is they try to deactivate his control at the end of the movie when he tries to arrest the OCP guy. So anyways, so all the badass shit RoboCop did is Alex Murphy doing it. In the remake, they made it seem like to up his game, it was a pig brain thing, right? A computer's controlling him. Alex Murphy thinks he's in control. He's just watching. So then what did that automatically do to RoboCop? Made him look like a little bitch. It's like, it's not RoboCop. It's the fucking computer in there. I'm just on the ride along with Alex Murphy. Alex Murphy's not doing any of this cool shit. It's the computer doing it. And the same thing like you said with Taskmaster. They RoboCopped it. Taskmaster's not doing any of that
I
shit.
wish they'd have just like Darth Vader her at the end, and they'd her shoot would have got caught on something and drug her out of contention of the fight, and she'd have been out there and maybe even like pinned under something like a mile away, but we'd have like had a chance to see her continue to be a villain, but just in a bad scenario or bad spot. If they'd have Darth Vader her and put her off somewhere else, or him or whatever, or the Cobra Commander could have done a lot more damage in the universe going forward, rather than like, I don't know if it's even a threat anymore in the way they left it.
And I agree. If you Darth Vader, and then like let's say like when they land on the ground and like let's say pinned up underneath a helicopter prop and can't move, Black Widow hits her with the red juice. Realize then like Black Widow's like, she's not being mind controlled. She just really fucking hates me, and like you can see it, and like she's still trying to kill her or whatever. That makes Black Widow, who I keep wanting to call Scarlet Witch for some reason, that would make Black Widow's sacrifice in Endgame even better, because she couldn't get the redemption for this one kid, so now I couldn't do it for this one person. I'm going to do it for everybody. I'll sacrifice myself for everybody, and it would make her actual sacrifice in the end of her character even grander, because she felt like she failed this one person. She couldn't save this one person, the one person that put the red in her ledger. She couldn't save him, and that person hates her so much. Then like, fuck it, I'm not going to let Clint die for me. I'm going to be the do it. I'm going to finally get rid of this red in my ledger. So if you would have kept Taskmaster not pig-brained, it was actual hate that was driving her, it makes Black Widow's sacrifice better. The whole thing's better. We still got Taskmaster. And
I think we can all agree on that.
What?
That they should have left Taskmaster evil.
Yeah.
or bad. Maybe not evil, but bad. Yeah. So I don't think she's evil, just pissed off.
I think she's
got
a
fucking
vegetable now. Like, I don't even think
Yeah.
it's a character. I mean, maybe it's a character, but I don't think it is. I think that it was completely driven by the system that's in place. I mean,
Unless somehow Victoria or whoever, I forget her name.
Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, her character.
She keeps changing her
Unless-
hair color.
No, it was
Purple.
purple.
It was purple before? I
Yeah.
thought it was blue before.
Do you think she's got anything to do with the girl from WandaVision?
I almost called her Anthony, but Agatha
Yeah.
Harkness?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think that that's like an incarnation of Agatha, or
Maybe she goes and gets Agatha out of there and snaps her out of it. Because that's what I was going to say about Taskmaster. Maybe she gets a hold of Taskmaster and resets her.
Yeah. Well, that's very obvious that they're. She's
And if that happened, that would completely fuck
moving in the
make this
background.
movie even bigger of a waste. The whole goddamn movie was for Black Widow to unfuck Taskmaster, and then Julia Louis-Dreyfus
That was not
fuck
that
her
was
again.
not the goal of the movie. The goal of the movie was to find her family. That's the big goal, right? Because that's the thing that she sacrifices herself for in Endgame is for her family, which there she's talking about the Avengers, because even in that movie she's like, I never had a family. But like this was supposed to have happened, you kind of reconnected to your family. And then, in the Endgame, I never had a family. That's why she's so upset. And
She shouldn't be upset because those
York.
people aren't really a family.
which I guess
This
they could
little
have been
feel-good
snapped
moment
away.
there.
That's one of those things that we don't see. Maybe they all got snapped away, and so that's why she's saying I don't have any family. Like the Avengers are my only family.
That's the only thing that would make this movie work continuity wise if they were all snapped.
Like,
Nothing makes this work.
It could all been snapped.
Which I guess you could
Terrible.
assume that her sister was snapped because she didn't age.
Yeah.
Because that's probably 6 or 7 years
2015 to
prior to the return.
to 19 or something, wasn't it? It's only 4 years.
Well, this is post Civil War, but pre everything else.
Well, don't they say it was 21 years later from
Yeah, from 96.
95?
Or 95.
So it's 2016. Yeah.
And the snap, when did the snap happen? 2017? 2018? Well, they were still on the run when the snap happens because they never team back up with Tony. They end up in Wakanda. They come out of hiding for the battle. So
And then we know the
a
snap
year or
lasted
two,
5 years.
and then the snap's 5 years. So if she did snap, she really only aged a year or two if she was snapped.
Well, I mean, you couldn't tell. I mean, if somebody would have aged that much anyways in 5 years. Once you hit 30, I mean, and she's clearly 30 because she was like 7 plus
Clearly.
21.
Smoking hot.
Oh, I'm not
6.
disagreeing, but I mean,
Yeah, she's 6 because she says she's only 6. Don't take her. And then
okay.
he was like, you were younger than that.
So 27. So 27 to 32 or 35 is not that big a difference in looks. If you go to the gym and are a trained assassin.
Yeah. Well, did you go to your 10-year reunion? Fuck. There's some goddamn motherfuckers that aged bad at my 10-year reunion.
Well, that's what meth does for you.
Who aged the worst?
Put
I'm
them
not
on
gonna say
blast.
their name. There's some motherfuckers I saw that was just like, goddamn.
Yeah, it's
Motherfuckers looking like James Spann and shit at 29. I mean, fucking all fucked up. I mean, it's...
hairless wonders.
Well, and just fat and bloated, and they just let themselves the fuck go.
Hey.
Hey, we're all old fucking men now. We've got an excuse. We're talking 10 years ago was my 10-year reunion.
Oh yeah, get some sugar.
Yeah.
Make yourself feel better. So we're talking about fat people. Not all of us work out 8 hours a day.
Well...